I want to take the time out today, considering everything that goes on in the world. I want to take the time out today to clarify some things, even in the last video, because what happens in the video is like, I don't edit that much. As you can see, everything I try to do, I mean, as real as possible. So I don't edit that much, and I had to edit so much in my last video because of how much memory and space and all that type of stuff. But more importantly, I think I want people to understand that this is for the next person. You know what I'm saying? Like, we as humans, we have this tendency to only think for self. And because I never thought for self, I've always been taken advantage of and used. Because if you don't think for self, or if you're not as selfish as other people, they're going to look at you and say, oh, this person, I can use them, so this person's weak or whatever. They'll have any excuse to do it. But the point is that they're the ones that's selfish and you're selfless. The reason why I'm pointing that out is that people have this tendency to live for self so much that they hoard everything. They hoard the food, they hoard the money, they hoard the job opportunities, they hoard they're the doorkeepers of the music industry, acting industry, things like that. And it don't matter if it's your age group, demographic, geographic, what city you from, anything like that. You always know these type of people that try to kick you down when you're on your way up. It's just a normal thing, and that's what that girl did. That's what those people did on my case. They tried to kick me down when I was on my way up. This is very common in minority communities. They call it crab in the barrel, and it's the mentality. The problem is this is actually very prevalent in humanity in itself. And yes, it is more prevalent in minority communities. And most of the time, it's just because that people are completely selfish. They are literally out for their own self and their own family and things like that. And the reason why I brought this to other people's attention about me being selfless is I could not say nothing. I could keep this to myself. I could move on. I could have did all those type of things. I look completely terrible. Like this case is a bad case, both ends. It's a case where if you thought I was guilty, I look terrible. If you think I'm innocent, I still look terrible. You know why I still look terrible? Because I let somebody do this to me. You see what I'm saying? So in the mindset of most humans, they're thinking like, damn, yo, he really was a sucker. He really got reeled into this joint. Other people like, damn, yo, he's really he really guilty. He really did this to somebody. You see what I'm saying? So the truth is that there's no win here, and that's the main point I want to give to people that are like me. There's going to be a moment in your life when, and if you're anything like me, you'll understand that you might be at a point in your life where I'm not going to let nobody get out on me again. There's a point that you realize that of the type of person you are. There's a point you realize of who you are on this earth and what you stand for, and what people I think get misconstrued is that they think that you're weak, or they think that you don't know where you're going, or you think that they feel like they got out on you, or things like that. And I want the next person to understand, and I hope that he has enough wisdom and wherewithal to understand this, that you will never, you cannot win. You will never win. And this game, the game that they're playing, you will never win. And the reason is you don't want to win that game. You never want to win that game. It's like women when they want to cheat, right? Or they're like, I'm a boss or stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm cheating on him and stuff like that. How you gonna win that game? How does you hoeing yourself out to other men make you a winner. That makes you a complete loser. That makes you a complete piece of shit. And the thing is that it's amazing to me, the fact that they promote this type of behavior. And if they promote this behavior, and this is the majority, then you know what type of world you live in. See, because when I was going through my case, it was hard for me to find a lawyer that was going to defend me properly, that really was going to defend me. And the reason why is because, one, they're looking at it as a gun case, man. It is nothing, man. Go ahead, take your time and keep it pushing. They're not even looking at the fact that I was innocent. They don't even care about that. They don't even care about the fact that I lost everything. They could care less. They looking at it like, I'm not going to waste too much time on this case. That's if they thought it that way. There's other ways they could have looked at it. The prosecutor went to them and said, listen, man, we try and make sure we railroad this bull, man. And, you with me or you against me? You going to be with him or you with me? And a lot of times what most people can understand in the criminal justice system is these attorneys that are court appointed or things like that. Obviously, I didn't have no money. I got arrested outside my job, and I'll get to that story at the end of this. I got arrested outside my job. So, and then I had just kicked out almost $4,000 to an apartment that I couldn't even live at anymore. So this is the type of, this is the steps that was taken to try to destroy me. So if you are a person like me that's been through a lot, understand this. If you weren't important, if you weren't special, if you weren't a chosen one, if you wasn't anointed, if you wasn't a boss, you would never be targeted like that. You understand what I'm saying? Nobodies get targeted like that. You get what I'm saying? If you just a nobody, they'll walk past you like this. It's nothing. It would be nothing for them to walk past you. There's people that live a regular stay out the way life for the rest of their life. I can't even live that life. I didn't even have the luxury to live that life. You know why? Because I get dickied constantly. It's like I got a sign on my head that says, come dicky me. This is not no bullshit. This is dead serious. Like, I can't go nowhere without somebody dick eating. So, I've always understood that. This has been my whole life. This ain't no norm. This ain't no, oh, this just happened. This is because of the case, or this is because of this, or this. Oh, no. This has been my whole life, yo. I've had friends that I grew up with, smiled in my face, acted like they love me, and I always try to be my brother's keeper. I always try to hide my brother's faults, especially the ones that I truly have love for, even if we had a falling out, we not with each other. But I had ones that would really smile in my face and rob me. Got other people to put guns in my face. Where anybody else get that? You see what I'm saying? Like, also, I used to have friends. I had a best friend that was fucking my first love. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is a normal thing. This is my life. Now, this may not be your life. You might not have to go through this. This might not be something that you've experienced. Alhamdulillah, if you haven't experienced that, that's what's up. But if you are one of them people that are like me, that can't go nowhere, as soon as you walk in the room, everybody turns to look at you. The energy changes in the room. And that's not all bad. Don't get it wrong. It's not all bad. Sometimes it's very good. But this is even, just more of hammering the point in, is that you are a chosen one. You are different. You are separated out the group. You are somebody that a lot of people are either going to love or a lot of people are either going to hate. And most of the time, it's for the same reason. It's the same reason some people will love you. That same reason people will hate you for that same reason. It's just this is something that you gotta kind of live with. And I've lived with this my whole life. And I think what happens is people think that because I went through like a little a scuff up or something like that I'm defeated. There is no defeating somebody like me. When I say that, I mean that. There is no defeating somebody like me. I'm not going to lay down. Who? Laying down is a choice. You understand what I'm saying? Laying down is a choice. When you lay down, that's you choosing to lay down. This is not something that somebody can make for you. Now, can you be defeated in a sense like, oh, I was defeated, boom, I'm dead or something like that? Yes, that can happen. But laying down is a choice. And I'm not a laying down person. So because I'm not a laying down person, the only way you're going to be able to defeat me is to literally kill me. It's to literally kill me and stopping me in my tracks. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, yo, if you are somebody like me, yo, keep pushing. Keep pushing, yo. Keep pressing down, yo. And always do the most. And when I say do the most, yo, I don't mean like be loud with doing the most. I mean, when it's time for you to prove your point, you put that hammer right through the nail. You see what I'm saying? Like, you really prove your point. When it's time to, like, every time that I got an opportunity to prove my point, I proved it every time, and I proved it to the most. When niggas like, okay, yeah, it's over now. That's the proving point. You prove it to the most. You make sure that you stand over that coffin with a hammer and a nail. That's what you do. You make sure that this is the way you live, yo. Because when you are targeted like this, you're gonna have constant battles. And I don't want people to think that life is just all fighting. It is not. You have to pick and choose your battles. This is a very important lesson too, because a lot of times we get stuck on fighting battles that we don't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning of my life, I had a lot of battles that I fought that I did not have to fight. I give you an example. If you're in jail and you know you see somebody that is a homosexual, right? You gonna fight him? You see what I'm saying? Like, the only way you gonna fight him is if he do something completely out of control. Other than that, he got a pass. You know why he has a pass? Why do you think he has a pass? Because he has a past. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna go there with the whole YouTube and all that. People that know he has a past. There's no win in there. There's no win. The game that you about to play with that person is no win. You're gonna lose if you play with him. The game that these people played with me, it was no win. It's no win with me. Because I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing your game. I don't do that. Because you got to understand that God truly loves me. I am truly one of the few. I am truly one of the few, yo. I'm in a very small group. God truly loves me. Not only do I have foresight, but I have the ability to read energy on a level that most people will never be able to read. You see what I'm saying? And this is not to say that I can't be duped and stuff like that. Of course I can. But I had to be totally blinded by something. And I want you to understand this for people out there. When you have a heart like mine, this is what separates me from other people. That's why I never measure myself up with other people. I'm in another world. I'm in another world. I don't think I'm better than you. I just think I'm totally in another world than you. I'm on another level than you. We are two different people thinking about the two separate things. We are chasing this. You chasing idols. Most of y'all are out here chasing idols and you don't even know it. And that was what happened with me. I chased an idol. I chased love and marriage. These are things that I chased, right? This is something I didn't have to chase, but I did anyway. And once the love and the marriage got bigger than my desire to attain it, my desire to please Allah just to attain it. You see what I'm saying? It got bigger than that. It got me overlooking things that I should have never overlooked just to accomplish the end. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like if you was on a mission. It's like if you was on a mission to go on a military mission to go kill someone. You hopping over landmines. You doing all this dumbass shit just to get blown up at the end anyway. It's because you totally just miss. You totally miss the point that Yes, your mission is to be completed. True. Yes, you want to complete your mission, but you can't die before you do it. You see what I'm saying? This is what happened with me. It was destined to blow up no matter what, because I was overlooking things I should have never overlooked. And when I did that, at that moment, Allah was like, oh, okay, you are idol worshiping. You get what I'm saying? Because, like, I'll give you an example. When you want to be rich, this is your means to your end. You want to make $100 million. Let's just say that, right? You want to make $100 million, right? If you decide on stealing the $100 million, you have compromised something greater than you to get to that end. I don't understand. I don't think people understand how powerful your soul is. I don't think people understand how powerful your spirit is. This is the thing that is connected with God. God said he made you in his image, right? Right? What you think that is? You think it's this paper mache ass body that we have? You think it's that? We don't even take our body with us. Our body stays in this realm. Right? Oh, all right. And I don't care if you're religious or not, you understand that physically, scientifically, our body stays in this realm. We don't even take that joint with us. We take nothing with us but the thing that is everlasting inside of us. What you think is seeing in reality right now? What you think is behind your eyes? What you think that is? See, people have no idea. They so busy living in this weird ass jumping from every day, waking up in the morning, going to work as numb, deaf, dumb blindness, that they haven't woke up from their slumber yet. They don't even know. If I'd have asked them, what do you think is watching? What do you think is seeing behind the eyes? They probably wouldn't understand that. They're like, it's me. There is a thing inside you. There is something inside you that is everlasting. There is something inside you that's everlasting, yo. Don't compromise that. Do not compromise that, yo. That girl got on the stand and put her right hand up to God and compromised that. You get what I'm saying? This woman really put her right hand up to God and lied. This is a compromise. At that moment, you don't even look, you're not even realistic to me. You lost everything for me. There's nothing there. Because at the end of the day, one thing I do is I understand people. I don't look at everybody's mistakes, but I understand that a lot of people on this earth are bots. They are bots. They are literally soulless robots walking around this joint trying to destroy other people that are chosen ones. Most chosen ones understand this, so they're able to dip and dodge and maneuver around this type of people. Some people, like me, get caught up, and it's the reason why you get caught up is because you're supposed to be tested. You're going to be tested with these type of things. I was tested, and I fumbled. And this doesn't make me weak. This doesn't make me a simp. This doesn't make me anything like that. If you want to call me that, that's cool. I could care less. I know you're not going to call me that to my face. And I'm even better cool with that. I'd rather you say it behind my back. That shows respect. Because I know you're not going to say it to my face. But I'm glad that this is a mind awakening for the chosen ones, because now they understand that everybody gets tested that is one of you. That is the anointed, yo. When you have a relation, and you know who I'm talking about, because you know if you have a relationship with God. You know if you have a relationship with God. Me and God is so on point with each other, yo. I can literally tell you what's about to happen in the world, but you wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't believe me. I could have told you that. If you look at my videos, I said Donald Trump was going to be elected. If you look at one of the first videos, it's not even a video. It's a recording. One of the first videos I had, I literally said Donald Trump was going to be elected. And I talked about Project 2025 and how he's super polarized in the country. And then I also talked about Gaza and how you're going to see a genocide even more because I knew Jerusalem wanted this. You got to understand and how they're going to use you got to understand that Gaza, the world is being staged for something that is so important. We're at an age that is literally important. This is the choice between humanity's future or humanity's destruction. We're at that age. We've never seen that before, other than before the when the Mahabharatas in the Vedic text talked about nuclear war then. Because before Noah's time, I don't know if you knew this, but before Noah's time, we had nuclear war then, and they destroyed the earth then. And then we went back to sticks and stones. See, I don't think people really understand what type of being you really are, yo. There's something inside you that's so powerful that you should never compromise, yo. You shouldn't compromise with fake things like celebrities or money or lying or sexual immorality or things like that. You shouldn't compromise with that, yo. You shouldn't. And there's also spirits that walk around here trying to find a body to encapsulate. There's a god of war, a spirit of war. There's a things like that. But there's a spirit of war and things like that. And even Muslims understand this. Jews understand this. Christians, the mystical Christians understand this. And I don't want to say mystical because what happens is people, they'll say, oh, the Muslims, you're a Sufi and stuff like that. This is not that. I'm not that. I'm not that. This is not that. This is real. This is real stuff. You don't have to box this up and categorize me. I am a believer. That's it. It's no rap about that. You can't box me and isolate me into something else. I'm already isolated. This is that. I am a believer. And I'm of the mu'minun. I am above that. I'm in a whole nother realm. You see what I'm saying? I understand what type of being I am. I understand that. And I understand the type of challenges and shortcomings that I'm going to have in this life. So I'm not mad at my ex. I'm not even like, I'm mad at the situation. Of course, anybody would be. I'm more mad at the fact that somebody would even think that they could get out on me like that and nothing and just get out on me like that. So that's what I would be mad at. But am I mad at her? She played her part. She played her position. This is what she was supposed to do. She did everything she was supposed to do. You know why? Because she compromised herself already. I knew she was going to do that. She's not stand up. How's she stand up? How's she stand up? She was already cheating and everything. How'd she stand up? You see what I'm saying? And you fucking my friends. How you stand up? How you stand up? This is not no, oh, I made a mistake and I learned from it. No, you continuously did this. This is part of who you are. So I knew what to expect. I knew you was going to do that. I knew you was going to come and testify on me. I knew Xavier was going to come and testify on me. Y'all had that already planned out. Xavier had a chance to do the right thing. He didn't do it. I'm cool with that. I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that. You proved your point. You proved your point. But I'm not standing in the way of y'all reward for that too. I'm not going to stand in that way. Because one thing I know about me is that Allah really loves me. And He gonna rock with me. He definitely gonna rock with me. And as a chosen one, for other chosen ones, yo, that's how you want to live, yo. You want to live like that. Because let me also, every position I was ever put in when it was time to use my heart, when I had to make a left or a right, when it was time to use my heart, I used it. I used it. Regardless if another person looks at it like, oh, you made a bad decision right there and all that. Okay, I'm not even going to discuss that with that person. If he feels that way, cool. But I used my heart at that moment. I used my heart. Now, has there been a couple times where I outsmarted myself using my heart? Of course. I'm in one right now. I'm in a position even right now that I've outsmarted myself. But it wasn't. It's not off of like what do you call it? Like, it's not off of scheming or trying to get over or something like that, yo. It's funny. Every time I ever tried to like scheme or tried to get over, yo, it never works out for me. It don't work out for me. It's not one of them things that I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not good at that. So that's why I just live the life the way I live it. You know what I mean? Being just a truthful person. And, I live it this way. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, what happens is there's going to be people that are going to try to challenge you. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't judge a person when they put a person down. Now, there's people that I have spared. I have spared people. When I first got locked up on this case, when I was in Charlotte, like I said, I'm gonna get to that. When I was first locked up on this case, all I wanted to do was find out why I was locked up. So my whole time when I was in jail, even when I was in Charlotte, I'm like, oh man, I'm just gonna try to figure out why I'm in here. And I said, I'm not gonna hurt nobody. I'm not gonna harm nobody. I'm gonna avoid confrontation at all costs. Because what happens is you go to jail, and what they do is they're putting you in there so you can stay in there. They don't want you to come out. And what people do is they go into jail and they put themselves in a position to never come out. You know what I mean? They beat somebody to death, or they kill somebody in there, stuff like that, or whatever other stuff that happens, and they don't come out. And I didn't want to be outsmarted like that, because I already knew somebody tricked me to get in there in the first place. Now, when I got to Philadelphia, yes, I said that I had gotten to, an altercation. The reason why I got into an altercation was somebody was trying to steal from me. See, this is what I mean about what happens when other people don't mind their business, or they'll listen to something and they think that they like, okay. They think that they can get over, and then they be salty at the end. This is the type of behavior that be happening. And that's on you. That's on you. Now, could I have avoided the situation? Yes, I could have avoided the situation. Of course. I don't put that past that. I could have avoided the situation. At that moment, I didn't. And there's been other times where even afterwards, that there were situations where I could have avoided and I didn't. But there's been times where I did avoid. See, you have to, as a minority, when you getting into, first of all, the last thing I want to do in prison is to be the person that walks around harming other men that look like me. You get what I'm saying? Especially, I don't even know you. You're not my enemy. You're not my enemy. I don't know you. You're not my enemy. I don't have no stories of you. I don't give a fuck what other people said about you. I'm going to judge you by how you deal with me. Simple as that. Because at the end of the day, you could have changed your life at that moment. I have no idea what you've done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to judge you like that. But I'm not. It don't matter anyway. I don't really let people close like that anyway. And it's because of what I just said to you about growing up. I don't let people that close no more anyway, yo. That's over, yo. That's over, yo. Plus, I'm in a different group, even being Muslim. And I know there's a camaraderie in Islam. But when I tell you, yo, you mean, I'm just going to say that I would like to keep my circle as small as possible, so that when it's time for things, when it's time for me to when things happen, like when I get out of character or I fall short or things like that, I don't get crucified. What happens is when you're around a lot of people and you fall short, here comes the that let you down, John. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always the one that actually is put up there on a pedestal. I'm that type of person because of the way I am, the way I treat people. I treat people with respect. I treat people not only with respect, but I'm a man of respect. All I do is just live life. You know what I'm saying? So by living like that, when people see you fall short, the first thing they say is, oh man, you fell short. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So I try to avoid that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, do I make mistakes? Yes, I am human. See, people think, another thing that people make a mistake, and then I'll get to the joint. This got long, but another thing people make a mistake on is, and this is a very big issue in our community, is that you're supposed to be either the super toughest coming out the womb. You're supposed to be the super smartest coming out the womb. You're supposed to be the super a fighterist, like you're supposed to have all the fighting skill coming out the womb. You're supposed to be the super player, like you're supposed to have all the women coming out. Like you're supposed to have everything. You're supposed to have everything attached to you coming out the womb. You're supposed to be perfect, right? And people, when they see you fall short, they're like, oh man, y'all, he not. Everybody has a weak moment, yo. That's another thing I hope that that chosen ones understand. Everybody has a weak moment, yo. If you think that all these so-called gangsters be out here and everything they've done all in their life, they did it at the 100% gangsters thing, you are living in a fantasy world. You're living in a fantasy world, yo. You are, because people are built up. Jesus in the Bible, you don't hear from Jesus from like age 14 or 12 all the way up to like 28 or 29. Why is that? Why is that? See, they want you to think that Jesus just came to earth and was Jesus. That's not true. He wasn't even Jesus when he was a baby. Yeah, he had a lot of knowledge. He was in the Bible says Jesus was in the synagogue, I think, teaching the rabbis about the Bible, or about ethics and morality and things like that. So yes, Jesus had a lot of knowledge, yo. He had a lot of knowledge. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had a lot of knowledge. He was a good person. He was a good judgment of character. He was a mediator in his community. He had all those things. There's a lot of other Joseph was a dreamer. He had all them things. But guess what? Guess what happened? They had to get refined to become a messenger. They had to be refined to become the people that we know in the Bible, the ones that we fall in love with. They didn't just come out the womb like that, yo. It does not work like that. Life don't work like that. The natural process on this earth does not work like that. If you don't believe me, what does a baby do when he come out the womb? Does he just start running out the womb? No, he walks first. I mean, he crawls first. He crawls first, yo. What the baby do, right? He make what they call babbling. He babbles and all that first, and then he starts saying words, right? He don't just come out like Dr. Martin Luther King, or orator and all that, like Barack Obama. He ain't that. You understand what I'm saying? This is not something that happens on this earth. So because you come to this earth, you are going to be polished. You're going to be seasoned. In the streets we say seasoned or polished and stuff like that. Or they say you're going to be seasoned. And you get seasoned. You don't just come out like, okay, this is it. I'm him. It's impossible. You gotta take your licks, yo. You're gonna take licks. To think you're not gonna take licks is like it's fairy tale. It's fairy tale. So anybody that's walking around that thinks that they the most gangster, that they never taken a loss and all that type of stuff, yo, all right, that's on you. That's on you. But the higher your head is, the further that jaw will fall when it get knocked off. Because this is how it is, yo. And then another thing is too, when you feel that way, you tend to make mistakes. Now there's a fine line between doing something like you've been there before, or like you're supposed to be there, and doing something like you too good to fail. You get what I'm saying? It's a big difference between that. And most bosses understand that. It's a big difference between that. Because when you feel like you too big to fail, at that moment, you're idol worshiping. You know why? Know how I can prove that? Who's the idol at that moment? You are. Because at that moment, you feel like you're bigger than God. And this is probably the worst form of blasphemy, or the worst form of praying. What's that? Worshiping like other gods or something like that. It's the worst form of that, because at that moment you feel like you're bigger than God. And one thing God ain't gonna let you do is feel like you bigger than him. He gonna knock your, he gonna like, that's really definitely how he gonna move too. He gonna move right on you. He ain't gonna waste no time. He ain't gonna waste no time. You know what I'm saying? And this people have to understand that, because we have all this idol worshiping going on this earth. Abraham was the first one to recognize it and try to get human beings to stop it. Right now, honestly, yo, with me putting my case out there right now, there's a big part of me that wants to take on the task of trying to get people to wake up from idol worshiping, because people are so dumb walking around this joint right now. They don't even realize that there's so many mistakes happening right now. We are so close to obliterating ourselves. And I seen it. And if you look at the other videos, I called it. I literally called it. I said what was going to happen. I literally said it. And if you go back on the videos, you'll see it. I literally said the world was over. I literally have a video saying the world is over. This is not no doom and gloom, yo. If you look at the way our leaders, the way our government is governing people, first of all, I would not allow any chump, any sucker to lead me. I would not. If you had a following and you was a general, would you allow a sucker to be the general? No, you would not allow the sucker to be the general, yo. The reason why I say that is because right now we have a bunch of suckers that are making rules for other people. The first prerequisite of not being a sucker is making sure that you are thinking for not only for for God and for yourself and for the betterment of humanity, but you also thinking for other people. You thinking for other people, not just you feeling like you just too good and all that. And what we see right now is we see a bunch of people acting like they bigger than God. And when you see people walking around here acting like they bigger than God, then you're going to see what Sodom and Gomorrah, what happened to them. Everything I say, yo, about Sodom and Gomorrah and Gog and Magog and these type of things, this is a truthful, very truthful depiction about what's happening right now. Very truthful, yo. And I understood it. I understood that this was going to happen, y'all. I want for the chosen ones that are following me, that are watching the stories, that are just not the cops. Because I mean, I hope I know the cops don't think that I don't know that some of y'all are dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, stop it. You watching the video to make sure that I don't say nothing crazy on this joint. I understand that. I'm not tripping. I understand that. I understand where I'm at on this earth. I understand where I'm at in the city. I know that everything happens for a reason. I know I'm not sitting right here, right now, at the place I'm at, right now, at the position I'm at, right now, as a coincidence. I know that. And what I want to do is also teach other anointed, other chosen ones, how to recognize the fake people around you, how to recognize the non-coincidences around you, because there's no coincidences, y'all. There's no such thing as a coincidence, y'all. I mean that as sure as I know that there's a God. There's no such thing as a coincidence, y'all. Everything happens for a reason. And I don't mean it just like, oh, it's a reason. No, I mean everything is purpose. It's on purpose. It was purposely done. The same way I said that girl, she had to serve the purpose. She chose this. I knew she was going to choose this. She chose that. This is what I mean by purpose. They have a purpose. It's a purpose. It's a purposeful life. I have a purpose. I intend on fulfilling that purpose. And I have not missed a purpose or a target or anything yet. I've always hit my target. And I'm going to fulfill my purpose, and I'm going to hit my target. And for the other people, for the other chosen ones, yo, don't let other people understand that these other people are part of your development. Don't let other people be bigger than what they are. They just people. You get what I'm saying? Like, these people are just people. The cops are just people. You see, I'm literally going to war with the cops, basically. You see what I'm saying? They're just people to me. The system is just a system. It's not bigger than God. If God would allow me to, I knock that system out like that with the flick of that, just like that. I knock the whole system down. There wouldn't be no justice system. You see what I'm saying? That's how serious I mean that. But I'm not powerful enough because I don't have that much faith. I mean, I have a lot of faith, obviously, but I'm not powerful enough because I don't have that much faith. Because that's what, you know, if you like I said, if you read the Bible, read the Quran, when you see all the miracles that these messengers and stuff are doing, they had the faith to do them. They had the faith to do them. When Jesus walked on water, he had the faith to do it. You get what I'm saying? When he quieted the storm, when he told Peter and in the boat, he was like, yo, relax, I got this. What you scared for? He was like, he quieted the storm, boom, and the boat stopped rocking and all that. Boom, he had the faith to do it. And he said it. He said, ye of little faith. I'll bring that John up too. This is real rap. You got to have the faith to do it. I have faith. I have some faith, and I know what type of person I am. I know I'm a boss. I know I'm different. There ain't no rap about that. My light is on a beam for real. My light on a beam. Why you think I'm always targeted? I'm always targeted and dictated like that because my light is on a beam. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you got to also have the faith to come with it. You know what I mean? And my faith has been shaken multiple times, not because I don't know the purpose, I don't know the position, but because I was hurt. The same thing that is a strength is the same thing that is a weakness too. My heart is so strong. I'm separated by these people because of my heart, and my heart is so strong that it can be hurt too. You see what I'm saying? That's how big my heart is. My heart is that big, but it can be hurt. You see what I'm saying? And the funny thing is that people, that's another meaning about the idol thing. I looked at being in love bigger than what it was supposed to be. So when I looked at love being bigger than that, love became an idol. I started worshiping love. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what people don't realize, yo. I hope people can really understand that. That's a real serious thing. There's multiple things that's bigger, that's like that. But when my heart is so big and it's so pure that I can't change it. Like I can't numb it. I can't be like, well, you mean it's numbed a few times, but I don't want to. I don't want to numb it because, you know, some people be like, oh, I don't want to love. I got no love and stuff like that. I might have said it a few times. It sounds good. It always sounds good, but you don't ever want to not be able to love, yo. Like, what the hell is the point of even being here? You see what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, no. You want to make sure that that's also a guidance for you too. You know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to love Allah. You're supposed to love God. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of your relationship with him. Is love is there. You know what I'm saying? So you not loving at all means that you don't have no love for God, which means that you are in the way, basically. You know what I'm saying? So when people talk about not having love or love being a weakness, yeah, love can be a weakness if you make it one. It's always, any weakness can be a weakness if you make it one. I don't give a freak how strapped up you is or how tough you think you is, yo. You could be penetrated. So and then you know, when I look at the evil that I'm up against, when I look at what the young lady did, when I look at what Xavier did, Alexandria did, and her cousin, and when I look at what the cops did and all that, you know, I know, and I look at the city of Philadelphia and how the taxpayers are always having to pay these cops out and from being sued and all that. I know I'm up against a whole uphill battle. You think the city of Philadelphia want to be sued? Think about that. You think the city of Philadelphia is looking back like, oh yeah, you know what? Go ahead, sue us. No, they tried everything. They tried anything. They done passed out all types of lies. I done had chicks. I done had them try to even do all types of stuff, yo. Like, I'm gonna get back on here and do it, yo. I'm gonna put this joint on there. I'm gonna let y'all know the types of schemes that these cops will do, yo, because this joint got pretty too long, yo. But I'm gonna let y'all know, yo, so chosen ones can be aware of the type of schemes that dudes in the streets will do, the cops will do, and just to be mindful of how to be able to determine if somebody's in your circle, if he's there for you. All right, y'all.